Oh, what's up, dude?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, everybody?
The collective group that is
Yeah.
in a living room watching this at the exact same time.
We're two fucking idiots, obviously. I'm
Yeah.
Robbie.
I'm Jordan.
And we've got quite an episode for you. Yeah.
It's super fun. It's real light, loose.
Yeah,
we've been
we're
saying
just-
loose a lot lately, but
Yeah. Like cottage cheese, baby. We're the cottage cheese of podcasts, I think, is what it boils
just
down to.
lumpy and white. That's what
Lumpy.
we are.
Oh, my God. I think that's all we need to say, right?
That's it.
That's so...
That's it. All right, guys.
All right. Check it out.
stick-
It's a great episode.
Stick around. Leave us
Yeah.
a like. Say hello.
Yeah. Send it
Hit
to
us
a
up.
friend. We appreciate you guys. And help us pick out a wager when I beat Jordan in golf. So send us
Awesome.
an email with what you want to see.
Two fucking
Let's-
idiots pod at Gmail. Let's do it.
Let's start the episode.
Happy or sad, it's story time with two fucking idiots.
Check, check.
Check. Do you remember doing mic checks back in the day?
Check, check. Yeah, of course.
I used to visually scare people because
Yeah.
we would yell, right? And I didn't want my mic to be fucking low, so I'd be
Exactly.
check, 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 check. I'd be
Exactly.
fucking crazy, and
Exactly.
people would be texting Jesus.
That scared the shit out of me right now, and I knew it was coming. So, hold on. Let me. Yeah, big time. I remember that.
I remember that. I remember we used to have our own not mic check, sound check song that you would play to
Yeah.
make sure your levels are good or whatever. Did it ever matter though?
No, not at all. They just figured it out. They shouldn't even have done it.
That was my one chance to impress somebody in the crowd that I maybe knew a part of
Yep.
a song that they also probably knew.
Mm-hmm.
And then we played our own stuff and they were like, that sounds similar.
Wow. Is this that new Day to Remember song?
I think so,
On
man.
bass, I was nothing special, but I've actually been thinking now that my delusions of becoming a country singer are gone.
Just now they are.
Yeah, just now, Jordan. You think it should have been before?
I mean, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Anyway.
I'd be down to just be a screamer in a band now that I don't care about my vocal cords. So
Yeah,
You
we
wanna
were,
make that
we were a
happen?
great band. Nobody in this pod even knows that we were in a band. We never
Oh.
talked about it. Nobody's ever been in the band with us.
true. We don't just keep reliving our old minor successes over and over again.
I every time I have control over a Bluetooth speaker, I'm like, "Yep, here's some Marvin Gaye, everybody," and they're like,
Yep.
"Hey, this is great," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Here's some of my own stuff,"
Exactly.
and they're like, when is this?" I'm like, "This was 12 years ago." Am I reliving this? Maybe.
Yep, absolutely I am.
Should I continue? Yes.
This cute girl once was into that kind of music. I was like, I was in a band. This is what it sounded like. She was like, "That's you screaming?" I was like, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone pats themselves on the back more than we do, right?
Yeah, but we're also the opposite side where
I know.
when the podcast is over, I'm like, why even be alive anymore? This
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
exactly.
Why would I ever want to?
We
Why
could
would I
have-
ever think we could do a podcast and have people listen?
And enjoy it. We're so stupid. Well, it's because we'll have 48 minutes of gold, and then the last 2 minutes I'll say the R word, or you'll sneeze and fart at the same time, and we're like, ugh,
Yeah.
worst podcast ever.
Speaking of that, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
This is episode 38.
That's right.
We're
The 38 special, even. Huh?
yeah, 38 special episode. Yeah, that's we're big gun guys. We
Yeah.
love guns.
We know so much about
Dude,
guns.
so much. There's triggers. There's barrels.
Bullets.
Headstocks.
The whole 9 yards. What?
I don't even know what I think. Anyway.
I'm
terrified of a gun.
yeah, guns can be scary for sure.
I've shot a few. It's a fucking blast, but also
Literally.
I don't trust myself.
Ah!
I don't trust myself. So at work we have to use these scanners, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be 30 feet in the air fucking scanning shit, and my hand gets so clammy because I have this feeling that my brain is going to be like, just let go. What are you doing?
Drop it.
Just drop it.
It's probably worth like $1,200 too, right?
Yeah,
Those
it's
scanners,
a really
they're like-
expensive. Yeah, and so I get like nervous that I'm going to drop it, even though I know I'm not going to drop it. Why would my brain make me drop it? That doesn't make any sense. I have control over it.
Your hand starts to tingle. You're like, I could just let go right now.
Yeah, and that's the same feeling I would have with a weapon like that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what if I just shoot the entire room? Like,
Right?
no, don't do that. And I'd be like, but what if? Like, I just can't do it. It's too much for me.
So
Scared.
you're a serial killer that hasn't hit his breaking point yet. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a serial killer that's just like a pussy at the same time.
I mean, white male. You fit the stereotype
from the
so-
Midwest. Like,
From the Midwest.
Fuck.
Cornfields. We just had a super busy week with. Oh wait. Before we get into that, let's talk about. So normally we do like a sports person or 37 is how I'm so desperate I won't find a wife until I'm 37. Whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we wanted to switch it up today, and so we chose the 38 special.
Yeah.
And I have one.
Oh.
I don't know if you knew that. It's locked away deep in a closet, and you know what I mean, locked, so Sawyer obviously can't get to it. But my dad was a cop. And I actually looked this up on Wikipedia. The 38 special was carried by police officers from like the 20s to the 90s. My dad was a cop in the
20s to the 90s. They didn't have any like.
No.
Nobody was like, can we look at a different gun? They were like, shut the fuck up. We need 70 fucking years of this gun.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, look, you could just push the bullets in. They're like, oh yeah. And like spun the.
It's
like,
more
does your gun
fun
do
putting
that?
them in one at a time, Carl. You fuck.
Yeah. What does your cartridge have? 14 bullets in it. We only need 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
But
hilarious. That's
but
a long
yeah,
time.
so my dad gave it to my grandma who lived alone, and she felt scared, and then we ended up with it. This might be illegal. Should I not? Well, he's he can't get in trouble for it now. So
Yeah, I don't think.
but I grew up shooting guns, and you talk about gun safety. One time in Arkansas, we were out snake hunting, which meant we were in the middle of nowhere in Arkansas shooting at like logs. You know what I mean? There were no stakes to shoot.
Sure.
My cousin one time, looking back on it, I'm pretty sure he was lying. He's like, "There's a rattler," and like shot this shotgun and scared out of nowhere. We're in the back of a truck, scared the fuck out of us. And in retrospect, I'm pretty sure there was no snake. He was just trying to like give us we were like what in fourth? I think I was 4th grade.
Sure.
He's like, "Watch out for that rattler!" I was like, "God damn it, Corey." And then Corey ended up passing away because he was trying to run some electricity into his house illegally and shocked himself. But
Holy shit.
there's a whole side of my family you don't really know much about. But anyway, my buddy Brian had a .22 rifle.
How did he die?
Brian, he's still alive.
Okay.
Thank God. Okay,
say.
let's
Plugged in a blender at the wrong time.
I did fucking just throw that in there like it was nothing, right? I'm like, my cousin Corey, who died electrocuted himself to death. So Brian had like this .22 rifle, and he's like, "Where should I shoot?" He like turns around, and we all hit the deck. We're like, "Point the gun at the ground." He's just like, "What do you mean?" We almost died. Anyway.
It's no joke, man.
Yeah.
I actually went up north one time with like a bunch of Steph's family, and there was a guy who was like a police like gun instructor there. And like most of the people there are like gun guys. Like they have all of that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I definitely I think they're pretty cool, but I definitely respect the severity of them, or like the lethality, I guess. And the guy was like, well, yeah, that's rule number 1, you just gotta remember that these aren't toys. And I was like, yeah, I get that, yeah, for sure. And he's like, no, that's rule number 1. And he just like kept reiterating this stuff where I was like, yeah, dude, I get it, I just said that to you. And he's like, the second rule, you never sweep like the gun barrel like around, you only pointed at something that you're willing to take out of this world. And I was like, dude, you're fucking intense, man. I just said to you, like, I think guns are, like, scary, and now you're fucking reiterating them in a more scary way. So thank you for that.
I'm half hard right now. You know what I mean? Like, that was intense. He's like, never put your finger on the trigger.
Yeah. It was, I was the whole time, I was like, I get it, man.
Yeah.
I totally
Tough
get it.
guy.
And he's like, We could go over some drills right now, but until you learn rule number 1 and 2, I was like, dude, shut up. Like,
and then he's like, listen, and if ever you believe that your work is done, then we start back at one.
Yeah. Ooh, I saw a TikTok the other day.
You sent it to
dude,
me, dude.
That TikTok is so fucking funny. Do you want to explain it?
Sure. 1, make your dreams come true. Not a rule, right? This is not. Can we credit the guy? Can you find him? I don't want to
we'll put it in there.
2, just want to be with you. Also not a rule, right?
Yeah, they're also not like steps. Like, he's literally like step 1.
Yeah,
but none of them have anything to do with like.
They don't further
order.
along, right? Just his wants and needs, right?
Yeah.
What was it? 3, plain to see that you're the only one for me.
Yeah,
it's like.
That's also not a step.
Yeah, if it's obvious, then what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
4. Repeat steps 1 through
1, 2, 3. They're not steps.
Well, the guy also was like, once you get to 4, you have to just keep in this cycle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then you don't even get to 5, which is if you believe your work is done, start back at 1 anyway. So
yeah, this is.
It's a toxic relationship.
The guy was like, listen, that's a great song, but that guy's been getting away with the stupidest fucking song of all time for way too long. Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Fuck you, Brian McKnight. But also,
love you.
Me and Nick Thaxton sang a Brian McKnight song in our 7th grade talent show, 8th grade.
Jesus Christ. That is a name right there.
That's my guy. We were a boy band for a little bit, him and I together, so.
What were you guys' what was your persona? Were you like the bad boy, or were you like?
He was obviously the bad boy. I was the goofy one. I'm Joey Fatone. All right, I'm not gonna
Joey Fat One.
Joey Fat One. I'm not gonna lie to myself here. Okay.
Oh man.
I'm playing Mark and Rent, not Roger. Okay?
Yeah, that's actually really funny. Don't Wake Daddy. In I think episode 1, they tried to establish like their personalities, and they were saying like Scott is the bad boy.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I can't remember. Was Joe like the mom of the pod? I can't remember how it was, but then Stuke is the baby of the pod.
The baby, yeah, and then they need a wild card. Is what they need. They need Luke. Is what they need.
Oh my God,
that's a recipe for success.
Little Birdie told me that Luke might be, being a part of that at some point.
Really,
I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, don't spoil it. But that would be a really fun episode. So
yeah, he's a lunatic. So
we're just he would be awesome on there. I hope they have like Danielle on. Would be really cool.
Yeah, maybe
the best podcast to come out of Lake County / Carson City or wherever you're from.
Yeah.
Whatever,
what would we be on this pod? Like, I would obviously be like
on our own pod.
I would be the bad boy on this pod, like for sure. Like, I don't subscribe to rules. Like, you can't tell me what to do. You know what I mean?
You're like the bad at boy. Like you're bad at things. You know what I mean? Like that's no, just kidding. Yeah, I think I just said it. I'm Joey Fatone, baby. All right. I'm a mix between Joey and JC. You know what I mean?
I'm a mix between Joey and Chris. So I'm like like I have tattoos. Whoa.
Yeah, face piercings or whatever.
Yeah. But I'm also Joey Fat One too, so it's cool.
We're just like an amalgamation of all of them,
Yeah. I think we all are. We grew up on them, right?
True. We're too similar. It's like you're the bad boy, I guess, and then I'm like the one that your parents like.
You are the one my parents like.
I know. That was always my thing. We talked about this before, I think.
Yeah.
My friends got away with everything because my reputation was so solid.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. I did blame you for a lot of things in my life, and no one even questioned it. They were like, Robbie's the bad egg.
So I'm the bad boy, really. Is what your evidence shows that I'm the bad boy. So.
All right. Well, drop a like in the comments. Let us know. Who's the bad boy and
who's the bad boy?
Joey Fat One.
The bad boy. Hey.
I feel bad for Joey now.
I know. I can never hear Fatone without thinking Fat One. So
yeah.
So is that his real name? It cannot be.
Do you think he picked it out and he was like, Fatone, that's good, and somebody was like, don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell him it's Fat One.
Or he was like going to auditions as like Joey Tintorelli or whatever his last name was.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm going to fucking inception myself into a group as the fat one. I'm going to be, you know what I mean? I'm going to, Joey Fatone. He was like, they're like, wow, he's bigger, but he can move.
Yeah.
You see those dance moves?
They were like, it's better than Joey Tortorelli we saw the other day.
That piece of shit Italian motherfucker.
Dude, we went to see a movie last night.
Oh, yeah?
We saw
Space
Old.
Jam?
No. We saw Old. Which was really funny because a lot of people are asking me, like, what do you got planned for the weekend? And I was like, we're going to see a movie tonight. And every single person was like, what movie? And I was like, Old. And they're like, Old?
What?
Like, nobody knew what it was until like I explained it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I did see a commercial for that."
The beach, yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah,
it was a pretty good movie, man. It was interesting. I don't know if it was the best movie in the world, but afterwards we definitely spent like 20 fucking minutes like dissecting like tiny little details and stuff. So if that's what you're about in a movie, like I felt like it was a good movie. It was fun. It was a fun watch.
If it's thought provoking and it's entertaining, you know me, I'm an easy
I guarantee
watch,
you
but
the second and third time I watch that movie, I'm gonna be like, oh, I didn't catch all of this. You know, like that kind of movie's fun to me, I think.
Who did you say directed it? What's his name?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes. So was there a crazy twist? Is that still his MO?
There's definitely a like reveal of something.
Is there like twists and turns through the whole thing?
I don't know about the whole thing. They did it during COVID, so there's like one set basically. Like it's very like there's not a lot of people in the movie, so it's like there's not a lot of twists and turns, but there's it was a good movie. Anyway,
it builds. Okay.
Some motherfuckers sitting like behind us and to the left of me.
Oh shit. Okay.
It was weird. Like the movie's like 2 hours long. Like an hour and 20 minutes in, these I'm assuming they're teenagers or like early adults were just like giggling and like talking like loudly. Like they weren't sitting directly behind me where it's like my responsibility to shut them up. But there was this guy next to me who had like double arm sleeves, like twice as badass as us.
Is it Joe Rogan?
Yeah. And there was a couple moments where I was like, come on, man. It's your fucking chance here. Come on. You get these people to shut up. And he literally was like, there was a lot of like shushes thrown around in that general area, but it didn't seem to help. This dude got up out of his fucking chair and like went over and like, you know how like a baseball dad talks to like a third base, like the kid that's on third base. He like puts his hand on his knees and gets real low and he's like, listen, bud, I need you to get here, you know? Yeah. That's how that guy was talking. He had his hands on his knees and he was literally like, shut the fuck up. like I don't know exactly what he was saying, but it was definitely under that tone for sure. Yeah. Which was rightly so. Like it was fucking annoying to everybody. And then his wife got up and was like, oh, it's real funny. We have kids that don't even act like you guys. And then because like I think the parents, these two people had like very parent energy. Those teenagers became like more powerful and were just like, yeah, go fuck your kids. Like whatever. Like they were just like talking shit right back to them. And I was literally like,
there's Michael Jackson literally with the popcorn ready for a fight.
It was a little scary moment. Then the dude with the sleeves like ran out probably to go get like a fucking manager or something. And then for like 10 minutes like a staff member was just standing like right near the entrance of like the where you walk in and like nothing was really happening. But then one of those kids got up and then that double arm sleeve dude fucking like ran out and there was like his wife was like, no, Jared, don't do it. His name wasn't Jared, but she was like, no, don't do it. He's fine.
Truth
no
comes
worries.
out.
And he fucking dude, it was fucking crazy.
And then you got up and walked up to the second kid who was still in there, and you put him in like a WWF sleeper hold, right? Not like super tight. Dude. And you like when he fell asleep, his friend came back and lifted up his arm, and it dropped, right? And then he lifted it up again, and it dropped. But the third time,
he put it right back
to life.
Dude, I felt so bad for those people. Like, it wasn't, they didn't go to the movies thinking like, you know what, I hope I fucking yell at a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
But they were being really obnoxious, and it was like a pivotal part of the movie. So like they missed that part because they were busy dealing with fucking hooligans. They like, I'm hopefully got their money back, I would assume, whatever. After the movie, literally like 3 different groups of people went up to that group and was like offering them money for like helping. Thank you for helping.
Really?
And I was like, I'm not gonna offer any money because I'm cheap, but I was gonna give that guy like a fist bump. Like, dude, thanks for fucking like trying to save the movie. You fucks.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. I was so annoyed. And then of course, like everybody, like Jared was sitting next to me and was like, "What the hell is going on over there?" And I was like, I'm gonna explain it on the podcast, so you'll hear all about it.
Tune in, you know. Hey, I was just admiring how buff your chest looks right now, and I can't help but notice.
Oh, we're both wearing NASA shirts?
That we're both wearing NASA shirts, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm not. It's not a competition, obviously. Like nothing in our friendship, but
we definitely don't take anything over the top.
Mine looks pretty good, bro.
So now because Robbie is like throwing out this like challenge inadvertently, I'm gonna find the coolest fucking NASA shirt. I'm gonna get the director of NASA to like give me his actual shirt, and Robbie's never gonna know.
You just wait, dude. You just wait. I'm gonna get the coolest. I'm gonna go to space. I'm gonna become an astronaut.
You could,
just to fuck you up, and I have the full space suit and say NASA on it. I'll be like, "What's up, dude?"
Dude,
Robbie I'll wear it on the golf course.
I don't ever remember being super competitive with you.
Yeah.
But we are competitive over the dumbest shit.
The stupidest things. And that's why both of our ears are probably permanently damaged. But engages and
like
if Robbie light up phone batteries.
If Robbie ate like a hot dog faster than me, I'd be like, "Oh, I'll show you," and just choke on a hot dog. Like I'd literally like almost die to like prove that I was like better than you.
You'd have to finish a hot dog faster than me too, and I would wreck you in a hot dog eating contest. So.
I'm pretty slow, actually. I don't eat very fast, so that's probably a bad example. But
yeah, we'll see when I demolish you in golf and you have to get my name tattooed on your body.
I think a tattoo would be fun.
Tattoo would be cool. Yeah. Then I really got to practice, dude. Because
I'll never feel more stress in my life than like a 3-foot putt where
matching
I got
tats.
Yeah,
loser pays. There we go.
Funny. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Anyway, how's the life doing? How's it going?
Life's good, man. I had a good week. My sister was off this week, so my mom took off Thursday and Friday. We went to like this farm, you know. I don't know if you saw, I posted a Snapchat of a big corn pit.
Oh, yeah,
Green Meadows Petting Zoo or something. And, you know, classic Midwest. You walk in and there's, like, some animals and, like, some playground equipment and then just a big pool full of corn that you can just, like, play with. There's kids in there having the time of their lives, dude. Oh, man, it was so funny.
So Sawyer had fun.
Sawyer had a blast. And then the next day we went to the beach, and Sawyer made a friend with this kid. And so they're like, you know, of course. He's like, "Can I go make friends with this kid?" I'm like, "Yes, of course. Just keep your distance." And so they're like swimming around and splashing each other. But this kid's big brother didn't realize that they were having fun. So he rolls up. He was probably like 9 or 10. You know, these kids are 6. And so Sawyer and this kid are splashing back and forth, and this big kid starts splashing the shit out of Sawyer, right? Sawyer's like, stop.
With the corn, too.
No. This is the next day at the beach.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
Not whipping corn. Thank God.
Like, corn hurts, man.
It hurts bad.
Go ahead.
Sawyer tried to throw a little bit, too, and I was like, listen, fuckface. Don't throw that goddamn corn.
These are basically rocks. Sorry, go ahead. You're at the
exactly.
beach.
And this kid starts splashing the shit out of Sawyer, right? Mm-hmm. And they kind of talking some shit. Sawyer's like, "I'm going to splash you." And the kid's like, "Bet you're not. Bet you're not going to splash him." You know, and Sawyer doesn't. Grammar. Yeah, bet you not, motherfucker. And so this kid doesn't know that they're having fun, but Sawyer doesn't know this is this kid's big brother. So Sawyer's doing the classic, like, starts splashing the big kid, and as soon as he starts splashing back, he's like, "Stop, what are you doing? Don't splash me."
The classic.
And so, the classic, you know, bait and switch.
The classic time out. I called time.
Yes, exactly. I was on base, dude. Yeah. I was on base. But now I'm thinking I'm going to have to beat the shit out of a 10-year-old. You know, this kid's starting to bully Sawyer. Yeah. And I've never had the urge to beat up children until I had a son. Even as a kid, I didn't want to fight anybody.
Yeah.
But but eventually they worked it out. The kid was still being a dick, but they all kind of cleared it up and became friends again.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad I didn't have to beat him up because their mom was so hot. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if I would have slapped him around, she would have been like, who are you to do that? And I'd be like, their new father. And then we would have been together. But
Ooh,
what?
That's actually a good turn of events there.
God, I wish I would have thought of that yesterday.
I remember going to one of those like inflatable fucking things with you and Sawyer back
Yeah.
in the day. Remember there was a kid there that was like being like rude and like rough with Sawyer. He like kept like pushing him over and shit. And like we were standing in like the parent area. Remember we were looking at that dude's parent like, are you going to fucking do something or do I have to choke your fucking kid?
The kid, like, bounced off the turnbuckle, got a running start, and, like, concussed Sawyer. Sawyer's crying.
Yeah.
And we're just, like, waiting. And finally, the dad was, like, told him, the kid, to go apologize to Sawyer.
Yeah, but it was, like, after 17, like, power bombs. Like,
yeah.
It
and
wasn't...
I remember, like, looking at you and thinking, like, this dad is going to have to volunteer his tribute because I'm about to choke his ass out if his son doesn't knock it the fuck off.
People are fucking just so not aware of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, with like dogs, that's the only thing I can equate to like kids. But like if my dog barks once,
they're essentially the same.
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We're in public.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just like, don't ruin anybody else's brunch.
Yeah. Sawyer like
get out of here.
Walks in front of someone and I'm like, say you're sorry and shine their fucking shoes. Spit shine them now. Yeah,
well,
exactly.
All right, you're a little harsh, but
well, it's got to learn one way or
better.
another.
It's better than being a fucking wishy-washy fucking Carl that just like lets their kid fucking spinning back elbow all these kids in the fucking play place. Like, I don't
Cheetah
understand.
Carl, you little bitch. You know what I'm saying? No, agreed. I can't stand that shit. So
we literally moved from Wisconsin. Our neighbors were, I mean, they didn't do anything too bad, but they were very unaware that we also had dogs that wanted to go outside at some point.
Yeah.
And so they would just like leave their dogs out for 12 hours at a time. And I'd be like, our dogs don't like each other. Please just put your fucking dogs in your house.
Yep.
And then it just didn't. Like, it was just so annoying. It's like, do I have to be the person that's like, can you please put your dogs inside so that I can let my dogs pee? They've been cross-legged for fucking 4 days.
Because you're going to bark endlessly at each other and our neighbors are going to hate us.
Not just bark.
Yeah.
They were like, they had a big German Shepherd and like he could reach over the fucking fence, dude.
And
like,
fucking snatch him up.
Yeah, and Albus was just like antagonizing him.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one dog was like barking, and Albus was like, "You can't get me!" Like it's just like barely jumping.
I'm not touching you. I'm
Literally.
not touching you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
You're gonna get eaten alive. That's not good.
Yeah,
that's interesting, man. What do you call it? We were at the movies yesterday. I was thinking to myself, like, people need to be more aware of making noise at the movies.
Yeah.
Like, not that maybe I'm just like super aware, so I don't even fucking like breathe heavy. Like, I'm just like, I want to be super quiet, but you got people all around you just like randomly like little quips here and there. But it's like, I wish I could just be a normal person and not care. But the entire time I was just like, who comes to a movie to fucking giggle at the funny parts?
Yeah.
Like,
Losers.
just like, stop.
So my go-to is like a drink, a popcorn, and then a box of Bunch of Crunch. You crack that bad boy open, pour it into the popcorn. That's what I like to do.
Sure.
But I have to eat some of the popcorn first, or when you go to mix it, there's popcorn all over the floor.
Yeah.
And I respect the workers at a movie theater. I'm not trying to be a jerk, you know?
Sure. People fucking go crazy at a movie theater.
But I make sure to open that Bunch of Crunch before the movie starts, because I don't want fucking, you know...
Yeah. It's in the
and then it's shaking back and forth. Like, no.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Steph and I went to see Gravity, like 5-6 years ago, whenever that movie came out.
And that movie's quiet.
Dude, the first part of that movie was like a crescendo of noise and then just silence for like 5 fucking minutes. And like literally as there was like crescendoing, we're like, oh, cool, great. Let's get our fucking whatever nachos ready. And like as it went like dead silent, Steph was like, and dude,
wait. Can you do that sound again, please? Can you?
Like,
dude, that's good.
It was the funniest thing. Like, it was multiplied how funny it was because it wasn't supposed to be that funny. And like
George Clooney's floating away, and you guys are like crying, laughing.
It was just like she made that. It was like a fucking Pringles commercial, dude. It was so loud, and like I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she's like, "I didn't know." And I'm like we were just both giggling. Oh god, it was so fucking funny. So like every time that like we go to the movies now, I'm like, let's not have a gravity moment here. Let's fucking make sure all of our nachos are fucking ready to eat before the fucking super quiet part.
Yeah. I could just see like Jared or Kristen going to like take a bite of popcorn and it being too loud and you're just like smacking it out of their hands and being like, now you know.
Yeah.
You better shut up during the movie.
You didn't know about gravity? Yeah, that's what happened to us.
Exactly.
God, dude, that was so funny. It was like we were laughing so hard because we weren't supposed to be laughing. Too, you know, it made it so much loud. Oh god, it was so funny.
Your nacho noise was impressive. I gotta be honest, that was pretty awesome.
Oh man, that was hilarious. Hey man, it's Saturday.
Sure is.
We are here doing a pod, and
we are.
We typically do our
facts.
No.
Sorry, no. I was saying what you were saying was.
Sorry.
Facts. That guy's a fucking idiot. Hey-o.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's time for Fuggin Idiot of the Week. There we go. That's good. Go ahead. Now
I'm not saying it again. That guy's a fucking idiot. Okay.
Dude, when you said facts, I was like,
no,
we did those the other day.
I was like, I was a second too late because you were like, it's a Saturday. We're recording a pod. I was trying to be like, facts.
You could have said it more like Machine Gun Kelly, and I would have been like, "Oh, that makes more sense." But you were just like,
MGK.
Facts. Okay, sorry. All right, fucking idiot, man. What do you got?
Yeah, I'll go first. Mine's interesting. It's not. It's a lot, so bear with me here. It's just something that I saw I wanted to talk about, and it's actually it's a little tough. It's a little. You kind of see both sides of the story. So
sure.
But right out of the gate, my fucking idiot specifically is 39-year-old firefighter Charles Morton, who passed away in the recent wildfires. The wildfire injured 13 people and took his life, and then obviously destroyed like 22,000 acres of trees and stuff.
In California?
In California, yeah.
Dude, I don't want to say anything, but we're like 5 fucking minutes from California.
I know.
And yesterday, you could literally like smell like the smoke, and it was
it's
just
bad right now. Yeah,
like the moon was like red, and like street lights, you could just see like this. You could see the smoke. It was just it's fucking weird, man. It's really weird being out here right now.
And that's so creepy. Well, this is from the last. That sounds so fucking weird to say. Like this is from the last natural disaster where California was burning down.
So like last year or like
last
5 months ago. Okay.
September 17th, 2020. So. Okay. Yeah, about a year ago.
Fuck, we got like a couple more months of this shit. Great. Awesome.
I know, dude. It's really such a huge bummer. But...
It's a bummer. Like, honestly, one of the coolest parts about being out here is how clear the skies are always. So you can see for miles. And, like, it's just so cool to see, like, mountains and stuff. And the other day, it was real dark. And it looks like it's going to rain. And so Steph and I were like, "Is it gonna rain?" Like it looks overcast. It's a very similar look to what we know as rain, right?
Yeah.
And somebody, I think it was Kristen, was like, "No, that's like smoke. It's just it kind of clouds over this area." And I was like, "Fuck, man! I hope it doesn't do this when Robbie's here because this is such a bummer. Like, look at how you can't see shit right now. It's like weird."
And I agree. Like, yeah, okay, people's property gets destroyed, people die or whatever. But more importantly, I don't want to have to fucking deal with that bullshit while I'm visiting. You know what I mean?
Like, you want nice views.
Yeah, that's the most important part. So.
Anyway, go ahead. So this guy passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wanted to honor him first and foremost because, you know, he ran into that fire to save lives and, you know what I mean, animals and stuff, and didn't come out of the fire, and that's a huge bummer. Mm-hmm. Which leads me to my next point. I don't know if you remember the cause of that wildfire.
Last year in California? I don't remember if they're... I don't know.
It was a gender reveal party gone wrong. So these people had an explosive that was supposed to explode either blue or pink with all their family around. And when it exploded, it ignited like this tall grass, which why you would pick a field with dry tall grass, not short grass, like
Seriously.
2 foot tall grass to explode this thing. And then that lit on fire, and then it was windy, and then the next thing you know, 22,000 acres are gone.
Yeah.
And this is where I have mixed emotions about it. The couple who were having the gender reveal party and ignited the fire that eventually killed this guy are being brought up on charges, like 30 different charges. They're facing like up to 20 years in prison apiece.
Holy shit.
For the wildfires, right?
So they can like definitively prove that it was them that started it?
That it was them that started the fire, yeah.
Ooh.
And I'm torn because one, I'm like, fuck yeah. Those people are idiots. And not for starting the fires, but for having a gender reveal party. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? But
the doctor gives you an envelope. Boom, you're done.
Yeah. They just told us. We didn't even care. We were like, boy or girl.
Yeah.
We didn't like each other, though. So we were like, come on, let's get this done as fast as possible. But that's a lie. I still like her. She's good. But yeah, I was like, kind of fuck them. Kind of hope they go to prison for 20 years. These guys lost their life.
Yeah.
But also because they're stupid, though. It wasn't malicious. That's where I'm torn.
Sure.
Like they were dumb and didn't consider that an explosive would start a fire that would consume California,
Yeah, man, that's a tough one. Like on one level you can see like super negligent. Like you got to be fucking kidding me. Just being anywhere near, like just being out here, dude. We have a water sprinkler system at our house.
Yeah.
Who has that? That's cool.
That is cool.
But the other day it was super hot. It was like 100 degrees out here. But it's a dry heat, so it's actually legit. That's a legit thing. I thought it was kind of a goofy thing that people kept saying, but it's like 15% humidity out here, so it's hot as fuck. But it's not like it's debilitating to your life. Like you
can breathe still.
Yeah, but I was thinking to myself, like, our grass is not like forest green right now. It's very like patchy at this point because I don't know how to use this fucking system. We use it like it works, but I don't know really like should we use more? I don't know. But I was thinking to myself, like, I could see how like an errant cigarette butt could light up like an entire fucking like just. We don't think of grass as burning. You know what I mean? Grass is green. It's like fucking like. There's moisture in it. There's no way it would burn. But I could see like a patch of fucking somebody's like lawn being on fire in 2 seconds just from like a situation like that. So on one level, yeah, man, I can see like it wasn't on purpose, but I feel like the moment you get out here, you have to realize that like there's some real consequences to that shit.
You're like, oh no, my gut is spliced open and there's blood everywhere. I better clean it off in this vat of killer sharks. You know what I mean? Like there's common sense, you know?
Yeah, man.
You don't do that shit.
I mean, if they could definitively prove that it was them, I definitely think they should be in trouble. I don't know about 20 years in jail.
She just had a kid, right? She just had a baby.
That seems super harsh. But then again, like all the property damage and like all the fucking like lives and issues that have caused because of that issue.
You got to be held liable, you know?
Maybe just like house arrest for like 5 years or something. Like, I don't know, man. Fuck. I don't even know what that means.
I know. That's what is justice, you know? But that's a crazy conversation to have.
That sucks, man. Don't do that.
It just fuels, like, because, there's like 2 distinct parties. I guess there's probably 3, but the people who are like all about, they're like, all right, gender reveal, we're going to get a little baseball full of powder and you're going to swing and miss 16 times before you finally hit it and we find out it's a boy or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, love gender reveals, it's so great. But then on the other token, you have those people that are like, gender reveals are the stupidest thing in the entire world. Just find out.
Yeah.
It's like just fuel for their fire, for lack of a better term.
Man.
Oops.
I don't even know what the right answer is. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision.
Yeah. I say drop them in the middle of the forest fire right now, and if they get out,
they're free.
Then they're good. You're free. Or you die. You know what I mean?
Bad.
It's like,
that's not bad. Because, I mean, it would be a pretty quick decision, I feel like. It would either they're going to die right away or, they're going to get to some sort of area that's not on fire. But
sure.
Man.
Figure out which parent's tougher, because one of them might get out and the other one.
The moral of the story: don't have kids. It's just it's going to be a big expense
ruins
on your life.
Everyone's life that has them. You know what I mean? Just from experience.
Fuck, dude. All right, well.
All right, what's yours? Yeah,
Hopefully fucking idiot.
More uplifting than mine.
I have 3 fucking idiots.
All
right, here we go. 3 unsuspecting women: Abby Roberts, Becca King, and Morgan Tabor. I don't know how to fucking say their name. 3 names. You don't know who they are, right?
Yeah.
They all came together with an interesting story. They were all dating the same guy. So.
Same time?
Same time. So December of 2020, Morgan is dating this dude. They didn't name him in the article because, I mean...
It's his fault.
I mean, he's a hero to all of us.
Exactly. He should write a book. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So 2020 Christmas time, she sees like there's like some social media text messages, whatever, back and forth between this dude and this other girl, Abby. And she's immediately like, what the fuck is this? So she fucking invades his privacy and messages her and is like, hey, are you dating Carl? And she was like, yeah. And she's like, so am I, though. So they both understand each other that they're dating the same person, but immediately don't like confront him. They just do more and more like investigating, right?
Smart, dude. Smart.
They find a fucking another lady named Becca who lives in Salt Lake City. So these two live in Idaho. So Idaho is like north. Salt Lake City is pretty south. This dude fucking gets around, bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's a traveling salesman.
Yeah. So they find a girl named Becca. Same thing. Are you dating Carl? She says, yes. No, you're not, actually. We're all dating Carl.
We're all dating him.
So Carl shows up to Morgan's house with like flowers, being the good fucking 1/3 boyfriend he can be. And she's FaceTiming with one of the other girls. And he's obviously like, like, how do I get out of this?
Is she like, who's this? Or is she like, oh, hey, Becca, how are you?
I don't know. They didn't say specifically, but I would assume that there was like a very like, you want to explain to me what this is? Like,
meet my friend Becca.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously they confront him. They ended up finding 6 other women that had a very similar story. So, dude, you're talking 9 girls this guy fucking held down at the same time. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I can't even remember to like change my socks every other day. I'm like, oh,
literally.
The other day? So,
you got some stinky ass feet, dude.
So the big three, the fucking Dwayne Wade, fucking Chris Bosh, LeBron James of
we're
this story.
all dating Carl. Same time.
Abby, Becca, and Morgan. They decided that they weren't going to, let this hurt them. I'm sure they were devastated.
Yeah, it hurts.
Let's be honest. I'm sure they were definitely like, what the fuck are we doing with our lives? Like, whatever. Yeah. They decided to meet up and become like friends because of this. So this is literally like a Lifetime movie.
I was going to say.
This is literally what happened. So not only they become friends.
Not literally. It's not actually a Lifetime movie. This is real life. Yes. Okay.
It could be a Lifetime movie like tomorrow, and no one would. My mom would definitely sign up to watch this.
Let's write it. Yeah, I'm already crying.
So the 3 of them decided to go on a road trip. They bought a school bus and like tiny homed it. So they like made like bunk beds and shit out of it. And they're just like taking a like huge road trip like up and down the West Coast basically.
What?
And like as a like, I don't know, another nugget, they have an Instagram. So you can check them out on their like trip as they go and, I don't know, kill men on the way down to fucking
have sex with each other,
South
hopefully. Is that's going to be on the Instagram? Or?
I don't know, but the Instagram is called _BAM bus. So the BAM bus with periods between.
Right.
And
you know what they're doing.
No,
what?
BAM stands for Becca, Abby, and Morgan.
Oh, sure it does. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a big, cool green school bus that man, I don't understand how this happened, but they have like a bajillion followers, and I'm sure the article probably helped. But man, what a fucking crazy story. So like, they're my fucking idiots for like not letting Carl bring you down. But on another level, like, Carl's got some dick, bro.
He's,
Like, I
he's
don't
probably
know.
slanging, dude. He's slanging
Like,
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, like you're saying, it's emotionally exhausting trying to talk to one person, let alone hold up 9 relationships without anyone finding out. Like,
seriously, I don't know how serious the other 6 were, but even like 6 acquaintances is too much for me at this point.
Yeah, straight up.
Steph and I, like, I've told her a million times, like, I would never cheat on you because I love you, and also I'm lazy, so I wouldn't.
Wait, Steph who?
I
Bro,
would.
I have a girlfriend from Reno, Nevada named Steph, dude.
Oh, wait a minute. That's so crazy.
That's it. We better make an Instagram and buy a bus.
Yeah,
right, and get 1 million followers. Let's stir up some drama.
Let's just get like a fucking like wagon we can both sit in and just we'll take that around. That's funny.
Can't even
man.
afford it. Sorry, but anyways, you would never cheat on Steph.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy. Like, it would just be so much work for me to be like, oh wait, is it Wednesday? Fuck, I gotta wear a collared shirt and I gotta meet this girl at this place. Like, ugh.
I mean, since when do we celebrate losers, bro? These Bam sisters or whatever, they obviously ain't shit. If he, you know what I mean? If neither any of them can control his attention, you know?
That's true.
Why are we like, oh, you guys weren't good enough to be the only one? Like, move on. We weren't like, hey, the Miami Heat got second place in the finals. No.
I'm definitely gonna send this to them on their Instagram, and hopefully they could like join us. Maybe.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe meet us on our road trip out
The
here.
parade was in L.A. All right, not Miami. Bam sisters.
So fucking funny, dude.
Obviously kidding. Fuck that guy. But yeah, let's get him on the pod. Send him a DM, dude.
That would be fun. I mean, this is like the first time we've done one where I think there actually is a way that we could get a hold of them. Like most of the time, it's like, there's a guy he fucking bought a bike for some people and whatever. But this one actually has an Instagram, so the Bam Bus with periods between. And I think it's like Fine Crew is like the name of it or something. I'm not exactly sure how usernames work. Like there's like an username and then like a different username. Like
who has any idea? Yeah,
I'm just so old at this point.
The Bam Bus. Maybe cut out the part where I say I hope they have sex with each other, though. If we're gonna try to have them on the show, or don't.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe they'll appreciate it.
What if they're like, we've never thought about that, Morgan, Abby? What do you think?
What do you think, Becca? You said the other two. I thought we should.
Becca has a cool name too. It's like Bekah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm appreciative of names that are spelled weird.
I have a crush, and I've never even seen or heard anything of these.
Listen, there are 3 women that are now single, so you definitely have a crush.
Yeah, I definitely have a crush. I definitely fall in love real quick.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, those are my 3 fucking idiots. I feel good that they're, moving on with their lives, starting to fucking... They're probably going to, like, open up a fucking, like, bakery for themselves.
Gosh,
like, you know what I mean?
I hope
so. Yeah, good for them, man.
Good for them.
But
Proud
Carl,
of them for moving on.
We kind of want to know who you are.
Fuck yourself, Carl. Come on the podcast, dude. Let's get him on the podcast,
dude,
bro.
Do you imagine, like, when he got caught, he was like, all right, they've only found the other 2. It's no big deal. I still have 6 in the chamber. And they were like, we're not done, Carl.
We're not done, yeah. He's got a couple more anyway. They didn't get all of them. Let's be honest.
I mean, you have 9. 9 is really close to, like, 50.
Yeah.
Like, you could just keep going at this point.
All of a sudden, his, like, 11th most important girlfriend was like, why is he spending so much time with me? This is weird.
That was actually one of my weird things when I was reading this was like, how do they not know? Is he just gone every other day? Like, I'm not saying you have to live with everybody at that point, but wouldn't you be like, yeah, he's really distant for 6 out of the 7 days of the week?
Literally. Maybe it's a cycle, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, you know?
Maybe.
And the other ones live in Salt Lake City, so when he travels there for business, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But
oh,
good for him.
That's crazy.
Good for the girls.
Good for them, mostly. Good for him.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, fuck that guy. That's the worst.
But
thing
also
in the
good
world.
for him, yeah.
But yeah, that's the fucking.
We're not the worst in the world, all right? Getting cheated on sucks, but also, like, getting murdered's pretty bad.
Well,
so,
I mean, like, the only thing that could make it worse if, like, Carl cheated on 9 women at the same time and then had a gender reveal party that caused the fucking
that killed a firefighter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Man.
He was there for one of his 9 girlfriends.
It probably was his fault. His baby, for sure.
Yeah.
Drop him in the middle of a wildfire and let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's just get rid of him altogether.
Oh,
I don't want Steph even anywhere near this podcast. She's going to get DM'd by that guy.
Seriously.
Like, Interesting.
Like, wow, he must be wanging, you know?
He must be
out.
wanging. What do you got going on today, dude?
Working. I actually got a new job.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to have to shuffle around my schedule. I obviously don't want to leave my current job because I love it for a lot of reasons.
Sure.
But as far as schedule, I'm just burnt out all the time. And as far as schedule goes and my future with, real estate and stuff, I had to make a change. And so I'll be working from home and kind of got that all figured out.
So life-wise for you, that's great. But more importantly, the podcast would have more opportunities to have different segments, different recordings.
I really will have more time for podcast material and to be more active and be able to do more fun stuff. We have and not that, who knows if it's not groundbreaking or anything, but we have some stuff that we're on our trip to Reno we plan on doing.
Yeah.
We just want to get out there and try some stuff, you know. We've done 38 episodes of a podcast, which is crazy.
38 episodes. When I uploaded the last one to the site that we do the audio version on.
Sure.
I think we have 39.6 hours total, because most of them are the first 7 are hour and a half or whatever, something like that. And I was like, damn, man, that is
We've
lot
got a work
of talking.
Yeah, we've got a work week full of us talking shit.
That's a lot of talking.
That's crazy. But anyways, so we want to just, we just want to try anything we can and make some content. And I mean, I look forward to this twice a week, Obviously, you're my best friend, so it's been nice to just do that, but I'm excited to try new things.
Yeah, send us an email, twofuggingidiotspod@gmail.com, if you want us to do anything. You got any suggestions? A lot of people let us know through we're friends with them, obviously, so we'll talk to them randomly. And Stuke and I have talked a lot, and he's given me a lot of constructive feedback that I've been
what the hell did he say?
Well, one of them, when we had him on for the first time,
it better not be about me, dude.
No.
Go ahead. Sorry.
When we had him on for the first time, remember him and Marino, I think we had him on after
later
20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, why don't you just have them on the entire time, and that way it's not that weird. That way they can comment and stuff like that. And I was like, first of all, don't tell me how to fucking do my podcast.
Yeah.
And second of all, that's a pretty good idea. Maybe we should do that.
At that point, we were like, you don't even have a podcast. And it's like, ugh.
If you want to be a guest on this podcast, let us fucking know.
Literally, you're welcome.
Because I threw out a feeler to a certain someone this week, and they were not as excited as I wanted them to be. Because I think they're just a little nervous about being with the funniest people of all time. And
well, obviously.
I was like, dude, it's no big deal, man. Just hang out with us. You're friends with us, so we'll obviously get along. You talk about your dick. Then you're done. No big deal.
And then you're done.
It's no big deal.
Well, but but also, signing up for 12 rounds with Mike Tyson, it sounds pretty scary. So,
we're Mike Tyson. Wow, that's confidence right there.
Yeah. Well, I'm Mike Tyson, and you're Logan Paul. Still pretty good, but
slightly different. Yeah.
I'm Tyson. So.
That's awesome. That's the podcast, everybody.
Hey, there we go. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you guys.
If you're still listening, send to a friend. We appreciate that. Subscribe, like it, and we'll see you in a few days.
Awesome. Adios, guys.
Love you guys. Peace.
Happy or sad, it's story time with two